Studios.
Long ago, on the fields of battle, in the year 2017, two men met to decide once and for all what the most metal things in the universe are. But there can be only one. What's more metal? With Dan Weber, Nariko and Randy.
Hey everybody, welcome to What's More Metal, the only podcast for two badass knife throwing comedians. I don't know what we do anymore. Review decide what the most metal shit in the universe is. With me as always the holes to my condom.
I do get people pregnant.
The sea monster to my Sigmund. Dan Weber, right over
hey,
this
what's
way.
up?
Comedian Dan Weber, everybody. Comedian Nariko Watt. Over this way, we have super metal producer Randy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very much appreciated the long since callback to the original intros.
Oh yeah, the sigh.
The
Thank
heavy
you.
sigh.
Dan when he had his hands on the helm would start every episode with a deep, painful, existential sigh,
Which was also like a long since callback to reading the Bible.
Yeah.
It started off that
Well,
way
I would
too.
start that with a sigh as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was definitely like you had it was the long ago memory of having tried, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like
It was mostly just me releasing all of my frustration before I started talking.
yeah. Yeah, his sigh ran across you like a ghost through your body. It was it was we would laugh, yeah.
Heartily.
So I thought I'd bring it on back.
Yeah, I
bring it on
liked
back to the olden times.
I liked it.
Old season 1. But yeah, this week, last week was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Gang. So yeah, I made it. And so but yeah, so it was cool. My girl took me. This was an amazing surprise. I was wondering if it was going to be skydiving,
Right.
or bungee jumping,
Right.
something like that, because she was being very cagey about what it was. Wouldn't let me know. But she took me to a place in Eugene called the Demolition Zone.
Yeah.
And it's basically a Goodwill where they give you buy a package, they give you like a certain amount of credit, and then you pick up a bunch of stuff, and then you go into a room and beat the shit out of it with bats and hammers and golf clubs
That's fucking awesome.
until it's all broke. And it fucking rocked. I will tell you right now, golf makes sense now. If you replace the ball with a dinner plate, it's like the fucking best. It was so it felt so good. When you watch just a little like teacup saucer like just turn into like porcelain confetti on the other end of a fucking 4-iron, it is so good. It's so good.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it was amazing. What else? Also, surprisingly, Jan, this will interest you. Surprisingly satisfying. Baseball bat to a keyboard. Just
Oh yeah.
Oh
to a
yeah.
computer keyboard. The keys go fucking flying every which way.
It's like a shrapnel
Oh,
grenade.
a hearty mwahaha left my body. I was like, like when it happened, when I saw keys going I knew what QWERTY meant for a moment in time, for one special moment. It was so good, man. And yeah, so we just beat the shit out of stuff. Watched my girlfriend take a sledgehammer to a champagne flute, which is the perfect amount of violence to a thin, fragile thing.
Was that the slow-mo video you put on Instagram?
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah. It was fucking great. I still have a bunch more footage I'll have to cut up and like set to I don't even know what I wanted. That was my only complaint, is that they piped in some music like halfway through, like just some really aggressive like techno, like that was I did not sign up, which wasn't the vibe I was feeling in that moment. I was feeling more chill and relaxed. I was like, getting stuff out, and it was feeling good to damage and break things.
Yeah.
And I didn't need. That wasn't. I was like, oh, this. You're trying to make me. I don't know who gets angry to like aggressive techno music. I mean, I personally don't. It doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I don't live in the Matrix, and so you know what I mean. But I wanted, honestly, some Frank Sinatra would have been perfect. If I was beating up, if I was taking a bat to a keyboard to like a VHS tape of fucking The Babe, and it was just bam, 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 it just feels
did My Way.
Yeah, exactly. Just so good. Like that, and I literally did take a baseball bat to a VHS copy of The Babe, which felt very good, very good. But yeah, so like that was super fucking fun and awesome. I highly suggest it. I don't know how much it costs because I didn't want to be rude and ask, but I'm assuming it's fairly affordable.
How many things did you get?
We got 51 things.
Oh wow!
Holy shit!
51 things. They have them separated by shelves. On like smaller to larger, and like so they're like, okay, for this package you bought, which was called Date Night, very cute. We got like 30 of these one things, like 15 of another, whatever. Like it kept going up. It was 15, whatever. So it went up in number, and then so the keyboard was one of the more expensive big things. The smallest shelf, it had one of the things. So a ton of glass Christmas ornaments.
Oh, nice.
Very fun.
Oh, yeah.
Very fun. Also, clay pigeons, like we shoot, like skeet.
Yeah.
Those were great because if you frisbee those right into a wall, just clay confetti, it felt really good. Very satisfying to frisbee something.
Yeah.
Into utter annihilation.
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
really
yeah.
good. Dan, you would never leave, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like you would discover things about yourself doors you would want to keep unlocked. Or keep locked.
I have when I was a kid and I was living in that commune in Eugene. One time, me and this dude from Finland named Kimo and a couple other guys went down in the basement of the house, and for whatever reason, there were like 12 abandoned televisions down there.
Oh, that's
Excellent.
good.
So we
Old
took
big vacuum tube ones.
Oh yeah,
nice.
So we took them and we put them in the driveway, and then we just used baseball bats on the front of them and filmed. This one guy had a camcorder, so we filmed us smashing the glass with a bat, and then watched it later. And then oh dude, it was fucking dope. It was super fun.
Yeah.
That was super fun. That was one of the better days I had in that, and I had a lot of good days in the co-ops, but that was
rocks.
special.
That rules.
I was also on acid, so
Yeah,
that made it even more magnificent. The fucking just like a rainbow of sparkles coming out of the TV every fucking time you cracked the screen. It was the shit.
Oh man, mushrooms on that would be the fucking best. You'd just be like, like the level of extra shit that would happen. One of the best things that they did, they had these glass jars and they just filled them full of fucking knickknacks and confetti and fucking marbles and weird shit. So Gracie grabbed one. She put it on this thing and hit it with a golf club, but it was full of rubber balls, and that was the shit. Because it exploded immediately, and then just chaos. Like there's these balls go flying every which way, and we didn't realize they were in there. So it was just like, what? Oh, like it was tight. It was just like, yes. It was so fucking good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's killer.
Yeah. Now I know how the oil companies feel about the Earth. They're like, this is fun. This is really fun.
So how
hand me another pelican? Like they just really go. It feels good.
How long of an experience was it overall? From
How
the time
long?
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be a half an hour, but I think we went a little longer than that.
Okay.
But it was
Just taking your time with it.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Luxurious. We're taking turns and stuff, being real leisure. Like I'm sure there's people that get in there and just start fucking like being real
Rampage,
scary.
yeah.
You're like, that's not good. But but her and I were just like, well, let's take
They
turns.
call that one the Dan.
Yeah.
The one who just goes in there like, I got 100 things, 5 minutes. Watch this shit, motherfucker.
Step 1, get naked.
Just put an entire all the champagne flutes on a table and just a fucking wild swing with a bat through all of them all at once.
You come in with that barbed wire bat from fucking Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Negan.
Coming in with Negan's bat.
He had a name for it.
Lucy.
Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy. Nice. Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Oh no, sorry, Lucille.
Lucille.
Was it
It
Lucille?
was Lucille.
Oh, that's kind of...
Yep.
Because that's...
It should be a ball peen hammer.
it should...
Lucille ball peen. Come
Oh,
on.
nice. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Got it.
Lucille was... oh, never mind. I was going to say that... I was going to say, wasn't that like Chuck Berry's guitar or something? But I don't think that's right. Or...
It might have been. He
or,
definitely.
Oh no,
not
don't
Muddy
throw out
Waters,
luck.
but maybe BB King. Was that BB King's guitar? Was Lucille? I don't know. I feel like that is true.
BB King.
BB King's
BB
guitar.
King.
See that?
Yeah.
See, that's kind of a cheap name. Then you know what I mean? That you're kind of or whatever. You're paying homage. He's paying homage in it with a horrible weapon.
Yeah. Legitimately, Negan is not supposed to be like
Yeah.
super creative.
Right. Yeah. Oh, and he's not. Yeah. He actually that was his thing. He was like he's spoken a lot of like shitty cliches, and he
Yeah.
sucked. And so he's like really annoying. But that was his thing too. You're like, ugh, and you're powerless with this douche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
This
yeah.
violent douche. Yeah, that makes sense. Did another great thing
Uh-huh.
last night. So I accidentally got this. You know, this happens where you accidentally get too like way too high, and then you find yourself at the theater watching Cats. Anybody? Again, Gracie and I got way high, like super stoned, and then we went and watched Cats at the theater, and it was. Please do that. It's so fucking out of control. That movie is zany.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a complete fucking madman's nightmare. It's fucking nuts. The whole movie, you just meet cats. That's the whole thing. There's barely a thread of a plot like tracing through this thing.
Yeah.
You're just meeting cats. Hey, and then there's this. If you're not meeting a cat, you're hearing a song. If you're not hearing a song about a cat that you're just meeting, you get to do my favorite thing, which is hear a song about a cat you're about to meet. And that's amazing.
Oh,
Just,
sure.
Heck, they're like, is someone talking about Skimbleshanks? Well, I hear Skimbleshanks is the kind of cat. And you're like, am I hearing about a cat in the third person? It's not even here. And then he shows up. Someone was talking about me. Tippity tappity, tippity tappity. And it was like fucking madness. Okay, another thing. The cats are naked. Like almost the whole movie. Skimbleshanks does show up. That's the real cat's name.
Yeah.
He's wearing high water red pants and with suspenders and no shirt, and it was somehow way worse than all the naked cats. It made it more sexual. That you saw this, you're like literally in the crowd, they heard it. It was just ugh, like when he showed up because it made it weirdly more sexual than all the naked cats. Also, the thing that I felt was like least realistic. So there's all these cats. They're all running around.
Yeah.
Fewer buttholes than you would normally see. With a bunch
Sure.
Cats are very proud of their buttholes. They will show you their asshole.
Yeah.
You'll look down the barrel of a cat. It like they're gonna
Inevitably.
Yeah.
They're gonna wink at you, and it's gonna happen. So
No cat butthole in this
yeah,
movie?
I just posted it online, and I don't think we're gonna get any takers, but Ben Harkins and I want to take a clip from Cats, and like we were like, openly asking people if they can deep fake some buttholes on these cats. Like you just add buttholes to all the cats, like large. Let's make them big. Let's make them like silver dollar size.
Like most of the cat should be butthole.
Yeah, no, but yeah, actually, well, that's more than a deep fake. That's a pretty large fake. But anyway, so but yeah, just add buttholes to all these cats because it would just be super fun. I mean, if you saw Dame Judi Dench's butthole,
Oof.
yeah, right. Anyway, the movie is madness. It's utter madness, and it was at somewhere around the halfway point, the audience completely broke. Like they completely like just had given up on the movie and started openly yelling at the screen and shouting at it and laughing super, like not even trying, because there was a ton of like, what is going on? And then halfway through, sometime around the James Corden scene, like the movie just shattered. It completely burned up on reentry, and people just gave up on it. And it's awesome. It's so super funny. I was telling Gracie, I was like, if you had told me like earlier this week, hey, write what you think Cats is about, I would have nailed it, because it turns out no one knew anything. It's just like, I'm a fat cat and I do this. Yeah. Well, I'm a fancy cat. I do this, and here's my name. And then that's all it is. You just parade cats out. You meet cats.
Yeah.
And then you leave.
So that movie had such an intensely negative response that Universal, about 2 weeks after it was released, pulled all of their ad funding for Oscar campaigns.
They thought they were going to get an Oscar?
Yeah, they were hoping that they would get an Oscar for that movie.
Based on what?
I don't know, but very shortly after, all of the ad revenue, or all of the ad budget got completely pulled.
Woof. And the best actress's face CGI'd onto a prancing cat goes to... Yeah, dude, yeah. It's apparently, I just the article I was reading, it's set to lose $71 million.
God damn.
But it's gonna, dude, that movie is going to make it back in the long term.
For sure, because it's gonna
be it's gonna be like The Room. People are gonna fucking flock to theaters to watch it and throw shit at the screen.
Cats is gonna be the new Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking bananas.
Yeah. It makes no sense. It's not going to be famous for any of the reasons why people wanted it to be famous.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Ian McKellen is forever. By the way, Ian McKellen was the only person in the entire movie that literally just goes meow, meow, meow at some point. Like, he just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, be more cat-like. He's like, meow, meow, meow. And they're like, I don't know if that's... He's like, fuck you. I'm Ian. Sir Ian... yeah.
Okay.
I'm fucking Gandalf.
Yeah. Suck my furry dick.
Okay, so a few pieces of information about this movie. One, its budget was $95 million.
Yes.
All right. Now, in order for a movie to break even, it has to make double its budget, because usually they spend the same amount on the budget as they do in ads to get people in the box office. So, opening weekend, this movie made $6.61 million.
Dude. That's bad for an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, and so far, worldwide, it is just barely over $60 million.
Wow.
Well, it happens, man. I mean, there are movies that have been like, God, what kind of sucks.
No movie's ever failed before, Dan.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I just feel like there's at least one person who fucking worked on that movie an obscene amount.
Oh, for sure.
And they're like, God damn it. How did they fuck this up? Like they were only a small cog in the big machine.
Yeah.
So they didn't see all of the end product. They were just working on this one part and just fucking devoted like a year of their fucking life to that thing and did 60 hours a week.
Lost friends, probably a marriage.
Yeah. Yep. It sucks.
Fuck. Well, at least it went into the passion project that is Cats.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'll work for free. I'd feel wrong taking money on such an important work. Now I gotta make Mr. McCavity look Mr. extra cat-like.
Dude, the next movie that's gonna be like that's gonna have like, that's gonna be, well, actually way more money is being spent on it. The next Avatar.
Oh yeah.
Oh Jesus.
God, that movie is gonna be the first one was fucking terrible. The second one's gonna be so bad.
I mean, I watched the first one in 3D.
I did
it's
too.
the only movie that I've seen where 3D was necessary
And good. Like
it was
that
good.
was well executed.
Yeah, but fuck, the plot was dumb.
Yeah, it was
Unobtainium.
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
I almost threw something at the screen.
Unobtainium was like, yeah, smells like MacGuffin night. Oh, it's MacGuffinite. Let's get the MacGuffinite. Back to the...
This guy is wearing his plot armor. He just shows them like he's putting on his vest. He's like, just says plot armor on the back. So fucking dumb, dude. So bad. So yeah, I think that movie is going to be
covered in goal-anium, which is our goal to get some of this stuff. At the end of the film, so shitty. Yeah. I always thought that. I don't know that. Blah. Go see Cats. Is my point. Fantastic movie. Do you know what the plot of Cats is? Either of you?
You just told us you didn't even know.
It barely had a thread of one, but the end of it is so that like there's this lady that's like this cat that's kicked out of the group. She's sad. She has a song. She comes back, sings that same song like 16 times. It's fucking trash.
Oh sure.
But whatever. So they end up like she gets kicked out of like this group, the Jellicles, right?
Yeah.
They brought back into the group, and the whole time they're talking about this contest or ceremony or something that they're gonna have. Basically, what is they choose the sad lady. And then at the end, and it's just, they don't, by the way, it's the most closed universe I've ever seen in any movie. They don't explain any terms. They don't explain what they're doing or why. It just is, and fuck you. And it's insane. And it's just like, let me in. Maybe I'll buy it. Just fucking, nope. If you don't know, suck my dick or whatever. And you're like, son of a bitch. So anyway, so at the very end, they're like, we choose you to be the Jellicle cat or whatever. And she's like, oh, great. And then they literally put her on a hot air balloon and just launch her into space. Like that was it. It's a cult where they think you go to heaven if they put you on a balloon and just put you in fucking orbit. And that's what happens. They're like, I'm going to heaven. And you just watch this cat disappear into the clouds. And you're like, what the fuck? Like it was so, it's like literally the whole crowd with like, what? like no, what? Like that's what we've been waiting on. Oh, also, this really happened during the Skimbleshanks scene. I keep bringing Skimbleshanks up because it's literally where the movie exploded.
Actually, what the character's name is? Wow.
They all have names like that: Skimbleshanks and McGuffity and Rim Tibbity Tum Tum. It's stupid as fuck. Anyway, the Skimbleshanks shows up. And by the way, I keep bringing up that scene because it is where the movie just had its Challenger explosion moment. The whole movie just disintegrates in the sky. Skimbleshanks has done this whole song and dance number, like, I'm Skimbleshanks, beepity boop boop. Then the song kind of dies down, and he's like doing like this little slow moving prancy moves. His shoe lifts up, and underneath it reveals he's wearing tap shoes. And this guy in the front row of the theater went, oh no! Fucking, everyone laughed so hard. Like, Gracie was cry laughing for the next 10 minutes straight. Like, just, oh no! And then he tapped his ass off. He later uses tap to kill a man. And that made the most sense of anything in the movie. I was like, yeah, that
checks out.
That checks out because fuck that. Fuck that, and I knew it was going to do something bad.
There's this YouTube channel, I think it's for Screen Rant, and they do movie pitches. That's like fake movie pitches where the same guy, he's like both the producer, the money guy, and the guy pitching the movie.
Sure. Okay.
And they go back and forth. And they did one for Cats. And honestly, most of them are funny, right? Because they're all like, it's one. They actually made a T-shirt for it where they're like, "How does he get out of this situation?" It's not a problem, barely an inconvenience, right? That's that's one of the lines he uses in every single pitch, except for the one in Cats, because he's just like, yeah, none of it makes any sense at all. He's like, yeah, it's Jellicle, and the guy he's pitching to is like, what does that mean? He's like, it means it's Jellicle. He's like, well, what does that mean? Yeah, Jellicle. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That's how that pitch goes. It's super funny.
Opening song is like just called Jellicle Cats, I think. I don't know. That's like the word they keep repeating, and it's so repetitive. And then you're like, and you're waiting for the song to just, a Jellicle cat is this or whatever. but they don't. They just keep stacking shit like. So I hear Jellicle cats are beepity boo, and I hear their bip and you're like, so it's everything, and you're just like, what are we talking, dude? It's like I said, it's a closed universe, and you're not invited in. They don't explain shit. Fuck you. Like it's. I've never seen a story just fucking like have a hatred for the audience. That's it's amazing. Definitely go see it. Oh, guys, this just came up.
Uh-oh.
I just saw it. I just got the notification just now. If I'm lying, I am. So
You're Jellicle.
I got it. Yes, we just got voted most Jellicle by What the Fuck Is That Mean magazine. Inscrutable Terminology magazine. No, actually, we got voted the number one podcast to feel the burn to by Vodka Tampon Aficionado magazine.
Oh, VTE.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't aficionado with an A?
Yeah.
Oh, VTA.
Yeah. You will get
We
a
got
VTA if you do that, by the way. You will get a VTA. And you'll need to take cranberry juice. Also up the cooch. Or butthole.
A douche.
You will have to cranberry douche. We'll have to give you the old downtown Manhattan. But anyway, guys, this week's episode, which we're kind of did a little long intro here, since it's Martin Luther King Day today when this comes out.
Yep.
We're gonna be doing most metal real historical speech from history.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be doing most metal real life civil rights leader.
Yeah.
And so when we did this, like I want to say, like we don't use our lack of research skills or whatever, just like as a. This is just a all celebratory fucking who's most badass in this shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm like, don't fault me too hard if I
if we don't choose the person that you
have
in mind.
or if I overlook something, or if my research didn't go deep enough and maybe I mean a very surface level answer, then that's not out of disrespect. It's out of I'm an idiot.
Right.
So but anyway, this is just us. And by the way, MLK is off the table for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because clearly one of the most badass people ever. And so and in honor of his day, dude just wins. So these are other than MLK, most badass speech and civil rights leader. And to decide who gets to go first.
What are we going to do first?
Oh, that's a great question. Do you want to do speech or civil rights leader? Let's do civil rights leader.
Let's do civil rights leader.
I think that'd be the best, right?
Yeah.
So decide who gets to go first. Dan and I do the most metal thing possible, and let's roll 20-sided die. I'll be rolling the available on Patreon What's More Metal brand 20-sided die. The one says What's More Metal because we're the number one podcast to jam a tampon to.
To fuck to by Fuckcast Magazine.
Fuckcast Magazine. And the natural 20 on the die says Natch Twombo because it made Dan super pissed off.
Yes. It still upsets me.
It's pretty great. Natch.
Whoa there, Spinach Captain.
Natch. Fuck you. Natch Twambo. You have to say it in an Australian accent or a shitty one like I just did.
Right.
Anyway, I'll be rolling first. 18. Fuck. Okay. Dan, get that Natch. Fuck. He got a 4. All right. So I get to go first on most metal civil rights leader. It's always between two with me. But I'm going to go with one that I've brought up in this podcast before, and I believe in most metal deemed a terrorist by the United States government episode. I'm going to go with Nat Turner. Nat Turner led a slave rebellion. Sure, this is a loose definition of civil rights leader, but I'm going.
Yeah.
Nat Turner led a slave rebellion in Southampton County, Virginia in August 1831. Rebel slaves killed 55 to 65 fucking racists. And so, fuck yeah. And
a good start.
That's a great start. He's basically Spartacus, because that's exactly what Spartacus was a slave, got a bunch of people together, they just started fucking evening shit out. And I think that's bad as fuck. It's hard. So, just a few thousand more, things would have gotten real civil.
Yeah.
And the rights might have been had. But Nat Turner's rebellion in Southampton County, Virginia, which lasted till August 23rd. So I don't know, a while. But yeah, so anyway, so that's my choice, Nat Turner, for the Nat Turner Slave Rebellion, which unfortunately didn't kill enough.
Did not kill nearly enough.
Did not burn enough plantations. But hey, good start. Dan, who's your choice?
My choice is Dick Gregory.
Nice.
He was a stand-up comedian in the early 60s, late 50s, early 60s. One of the first African-American stand-up comedians. Definitely the first one to talk about race on stage. To mostly white audiences and got them to laugh at it anyway. He was working in Chicago with the other guy, like Red Fox, and sadly, I mean, at the time nobody knew, but Bill Cosby was one of his compatriots. As he got older, he stopped doing stand. Well, he ran for president in 1968.
Nice.
As on the Peace and Freedom Party ticket. And he ran a few more times, I believe. He was before Dick Gregory. If you did a late night spot as a black comedian, like you came out, you did your set, and then you left, and they kept calling him to do the show, and he was like, "I'm not gonna do it." And no. And finally, the guy who was running the show called him and was like, "Why won't you do the show?" And he's like, "I'm going to sit on that couch or I'm not going to do your fucking show." And so
nice.
So he did. He was the first one to get to sit down as a guest on the show after his set.
Oh, that fucking rocks.
He was the main MC at Hugh Hefner's Playboy Club in Chicago.
Nice.
That's where he mostly got his start. And his later on in life, he was mostly an advocate for civil rights. And he actually has a video that has one of my favorite conspiracy theories, and I'm not even sure if he's not right.
Yeah.
Where he's like, if you look at malt liquor sales,
yeah,
in violence, he's like, there's a 1-to-1 comparison. Like the more malt liquor that's sold in an area, there's more violence. And that's why they've pitched malt liquor to the African American communities so they can make them seem like they're more violent.
Oh yeah.
Because you're just drinking this fucking anger juice.
Yeah.
And I myself have drinking quite a bit of Old English 800
myself as well. Yeah.
And it does make you fucking angry.
Oh yeah.
Like you just get violent.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so I'm like, that makes fucking sense to me. I don't know. That was one of the last things I saw him talk about, and it was fucking dope.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think Dick Gregory was a fucking badass comic and a good dude.
Oh yeah, for sure. 40 nights. Yeah, they typically end in some big horrible, violent or screaming match to two people on a front lawn. It's like not good, or at least in my experience with when I was doing it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. See somebody playing Edward 40 hands trying to get the tape off so they can punch a guy. It's a mess. Yeah. It's a mess. Dude, yeah, Dick Gregory is a great choice, man, because I fucking, mine's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to choose the guy that killed racists. But yes, I think that's fucking awesome. So those will be our choices, gang. For most metal civil rights leader, I chose Nat Turner. Dan chose Dick Gregory.
Yep.
We're going to put those up on our Instagram stories. Our Vote Master General, Matt Silber, will be putting those up.
Yep.
And so shout out, Matt. And so, yeah, thanks, guys. Make sure you vote, and we'll tell you next week, or we'll tally the votes. We'll tell you what you told us.
Yeah.
Which is who won. And so, quick backup. The only backup I had was my favorite. I mean, a personal, like, I read this person's autobiography, and I felt it like super. It's just awesome. It's an amazing story. It's very inspiring. It shows you like I don't know, just how to persevere and like how to really obtain like attain like greatness in yourself. It's Frederick Douglass. Of course.
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass. His autobiography is fucking amazing. Like it's, the dude basically might as well have been like living it, like because he lived in like the South and stuff and grew up and like as a slave as a child, and basically you're like in an occupied war-torn country basically when you're like that. So he basically like found like there's just all kinds of like little revelations in it. Like there was a lady that like he was sold to, and then she was like really sweet and nice and was like, I don't know what to do. Like why do you want me to? I'm uncomfortable in this situation owning a slave or whatever. And then he said within months she was like cruel and fucked up and shitty because it's just the institution that changes people and makes them, when you put like whatever one person below another person, it just makes you fucking evil. Like you just lose all humanity for that. Like just shit like that is throughout the book. But also he like taught himself how to read. Basically, like he had he would pay like kids like to teach him like their like with their books and stuff, which would have like gotten him killed if he had gotten caught and stuff as a child.
Yeah.
Just really amazing shit. Then after he escaped the South, and that whole escape thing was fucking amazing. Like the way he does it, it's super elaborate, and he like there's parts of it that he leaves out because he was like, I don't want to keep the other people from doing this if I broadcast how I did it. But it involved him. It involved him dressing like a Union soldier at parts of it, because black people could join the Union and fight. So he dressed like a Union soldier, and then he was like, they didn't ask questions and stuff. Just all kinds of crazy shit. But he was an active campaigner against slavery after he got freed himself. Let's see what else. He also supported women's suffrage and held several public offices. And then he also was nominated for vice president of the United States. There was a lady running for president named Victoria Woodhull, who was what was it, like 1880?
Yeah,
which is fucking which is just amazing. So this lady ran for president and ran with Frederick Douglass as her vice president, and did not get elected. But I think that's just fucking awesome.
Yeah,
just a very inspiring person. Like and yeah. So that is my backup choice. Frederick Douglass, super badass.
Cool. He is. Yeah, I read up on him. He was certainly on my list of people.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about this guy, so my backup is this dude, Stokely Carmichael. He changed his name to, I honestly am not gonna I'm not gonna even try to pronounce it. But when he was a young man, he was a big advocate for the Black Power movement, like the extreme part, the very militant.
Yeah.
He led for a little while something called the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. Left that to become the honorary prime minister of the Black Panthers.
Nice.
He left that and left the States and moved to he got on the FBI's radar, and J. Edgar Hoover was trying to fuck him over.
Yeah.
So he just left and went to Africa.
Yeah.
Moved to Ghana. And and not Ghana, but anyway, he was living in Africa, started something called the All African People's Revolutionary Party, did that for the rest of his life, pretty much. He was a proponent for Pan-Africanism, which is like Africa just being its own fucking country. And then he also coined the term and institutionalized racism to describe how the states work.
That's fucking awesome. That I found this out in my cause he was probably right to fucking leave because I mean the FBI killed like a bunch of fucking people in the Black Panthers and stuff. Fred Hampton, for example. Just straight up assassinated him. There was from like I think it's like 1955 to the end of the 60s. There's like you can find it online. There's a list of 40 civil rights like leaders that were assassinated in the United States, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So it was just like this really, which I mean, it literally goes to show like, there's like when people are just like, hey, these people should have rights. Like the level of fucking like violent hatred that comes at you is like fucking just
insane.
What's called right wing fucking violence it's like fucking gnarly. The right wing extremists like always kill like or always whatever threaten to kill or try to kill or use violence to try to stop a peaceful left wing movement and shit. And it's like fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
Some weird. It's just a thing. It's a fucking disgusting thing. So anyway, it was definitely something like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I'm on the FBI's list. I'm gonna get. And you're like, yeah, that's unfortunately a very
you better get out. Yeah.
Unfortunately, especially Hoover is a piece of shit. But yes. Anyway, good times.
Yep.
Fucking whatever. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's not funny, sure, or at all, but still, no, it's just fucking. That's the real shit. It's fucking.
It's the real shit.
Yeah, I don't know when you. Yeah, it'll blow you away when you just really look at the history of it and stuff. It's really fucking gnarly. So yeah. Anyway, but that's it. That's
it.
Most metal civil rights leader. Both chose Americans, which is cool. Very awesome. I think that's going to bring us to the next topic.
Next topic.
Yeah, everybody, welcome back. You went nowhere for exactly 1 second. Look, this is going to bring us to our next topic. Most metal speech.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. Real historical speech. I went first last time. Dan gets to go first this time. Dan, what you got for me?
So,
orate it.
I actually sent Randy's gonna play a small clip. But my most metal real speech is Dee Snider's testimony against the PMRC in the late 80s, where the lead singer of Twisted Sister, everybody thought he was an idiot because he dressed like a maniac.
Uh-huh.
So he shows up in full regalia, like just wearing torn up denim and leather and shit, and then proceeds to tear Tipper Gore completely limb from limb.
Yeah.
And it's fucking amazing. And he made all of Congress look stupid.
Yeah.
For even suggesting that they should censor any of that music. It's one of my favorite things that has happened in Congress, just having this fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
And then he when he talks about it in the video that Randall's going to play a clip from, he talks about how he knew that everybody there thought he was dumb, so he played it up the whole time. Like he walked in and like he had taken the speech that he'd worked on for like a couple of months because he'd known he'd have to do this for a while. And then he folded it up a whole bunch of times. So when he came up and sat down, he had to unfold it, like pull it out of his back pocket and just unfold it for like a couple minutes and then press it out like it's a shitty kid doing homework and stuff. And then when he launches in, it's actually he tries to look dumb, and then so he can surprise them in the end, and then does.
That's fucking awesome.
Can you do this?
Absolutely.
A lamb being brought to the slaughter. And I start reading.
Since I seem to be the only person addressing this committee today who has been a direct target of accusations from the presumably responsible PMRC, I would like to use this occasion to speak on a more personal note and show just how unfair the whole concept of lyrical interpretation and judgment can be, and how many times this can amount to little more than character assassination.
And I am just tearing apart everything that they've accused me of, disproving beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything they've accused me of has been wrong, false, and they
Dee
are
Snider's
scrambling
on
scrambling.
his speech right now.
Yeah.
They were saying that Under the Blade was about sadomasochism and bondage. It was about my guitar player's throat operation.
It's not really a wild leap of the imagination to jump to the conclusion that that's about something other than
It always says more about the person interpreting.
Neither of
than
which
the
are
song
mentioned
itself.
in the song.
No, it's not a wild jump, and I think what I said in one part was that songs allow a person to put their own imagination, experiences, and dreams into the lyrics. People can interpret it many ways. Ms. Gore was looking for sadomasochism and bondage, and she found it. Someone looking for surgical references would have found it as well.
That's awesome. You hear everybody just like,
I can't help but tell Gore's got a dirty mind, and Al Gore just, oh my God, he really jumped over the table. They were saying, we're not going to take it. What should be on the filthy 15?
That's probably enough.
That's so funny. Well, it must be because she wants it in there. Like, her name is Tipper. How dare you accuse a lady named Tipper of liking to get choke fucked? You madman. You torn jean wearing freak.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
So that's the most metal speech, because he just insults a guy's wife to his face.
Yeah.
While disproving everything he said and everything she wanted to say.
Yeah, that's fucking fantastic. I wanted to comment on D. Schneider commenting.
Yeah.
And this is the part where D is actually commenting on his own speech. He's a different tone of voice.
Yeah.
Years later, hearkening back to the moment in question. And we'll listen now. Anyway, sorry. That's fucking great. That is a really cool moment. I've only seen like clips of it and shit, like in like retrospective shows on like MTV and VH1 and shit, but very fucking cool.
Yeah, Frank Zappa also responded to their he also testified in front of Congress and was even crueler,
I bet,
than D. Schneider. D. Schneider was trying to be like kind of, kind.
Yeah.
And Zappa just gave zero fucks about anything at all, so he just said whatever he wanted to say.
Yeah.
But I thought Snyder was more metal.
Yeah, for sure. That's so fucking funny. That's great. Great choice, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan chose D. Schneider. My choice, less overtly metal. Sorry, me too. I think we just both had a burp at the same time. My choice for most metal speech is Mahatma Gandhi's Quit India speech, August 8th, 1942. This is the speech where in front of thousands he calls on India to do a passive resistance movement, not a passive aggressive. I don't know. If you want to leave, you can, Britain. No, it's a passive resistance movement that he starts in India to try to overthrow British rule of India, which so it starts the whole passive resistance movement, which does inspire Martin Luther King and that's where he got his ideas for the passive resistance movement as well. And so it helped MLK, and it did. Unfortunately, the actual Quit India movement itself didn't succeed, but it did lead to that was the start of what it and then it did. Britain did give India back to India. So you can play a little bit of it.
Okay.
There is an indefinable, mysterious power that pervades everything. I feel it, though I do not see it. It is this unseen power which makes itself felt and yet defies all proof, because it is so unlike all that I perceive through my senses. It transcends the senses.
Their ivory towers!
To reason out the existence of God to a limited extent.
Okay.
Even in ordinary affairs, we know.
Gets pretty wonky in there. But yeah, so it's more of just the what it was a call to, what it led to, what it did. A whole country got its independence.
Yeah.
Largely because of Mahatma Gandhi. By the way, read his autobiography in shortly in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And that book is 90% what that dude ate. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's literally, I mean, the dude led a bunch of hunger strikes, so I think foods are his favorite memories. But he's like, like the stuff he did is like a footnote to what he had for lunch. It's the most insane. That's my memory of it anyway. Because I should have gotten a book about him, about what happened. But it was just more about, he was like, I met my friend and we did this. And this was that we were starting the Quit India movement. I had a speech prepared. There was amazing goat cheese. At the time I was eating goat cheese. And I know it wasn't vegan, full vegan then. But he had goat cheese and dates and almonds. And boy, what a combo that was. I got to tell you, that was so good. Anyway, there was a speech and we did it. It went pretty well. And then on the train over to Bombay, they had these little sandwiches, and you wouldn't believe, just cut the corners cut off, and this I gotta say, they just a light toasting on the bread, and again, I wasn't vegan at the time, so I was having cheese, and that was boy, and then something Britain left. And we had independence, and I celebrated with just I know it's again Big Mac. It's beef, not good. I know that's against my religion, but I thought I deserved it, and anyway. So that was like 90% of that book, and it was that was my memory of it. I might be wrong. I might have been even dumber. I was definitely dumber than I am now, but it was. I remember just being like, "Why do you keep talking about your lunch? This is insane." But he might have written it while he was on a hunger strike, and it was all he could think about. But it was very funny. So those are our choices.
Yep.
Dan chose D. Schneider testifying before Congress.
Yep.
I chose Mahatma Gandhi in the Quit India speech. Everybody, we're going to put those up on our Instagram stories or let you vote on them. You decide who had the most metal one. Is it Dan's dumb shit or is it mine? So, no, Dan, no, the fucking... Clearly badass. So what, do you have a backup?
I do have one backup.
Okay.
It is General Patton's D-Day speech.
Nice.
He gave it a bunch of times to fire up the troops because most people in the troops on D-Day were like new, like they weren't hardened soldiers at all. Like they just joined up. So he wanted to fire them up. There's no one has recorded the whole thing, but the one quote that I like the most, and apparently he said it at every time he gave this speech, was no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor bastard die for his country. And I like that idea.
That fucking rocks.
It's fucking rules.
That's tough as nails.
Yeah. Apparently it was profanity laced. He was just like, we're going to go fuck shit up. Like, it was like
we're going to stump fuck their corpses. Valhalla.
Make that motherfucker die for his country, you dumb sons of bitches. Get out there and fuck shit up. And then...
I want you to bullet fuck their fucking torsos until they bleed freedom all over this goddamn beach.
Yeah.
I love that. Dozers of fucking justice. Pushing the piles of bodies. I love it.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. Yeah, I do like a profanity-laced...
Oh, yeah. A profanity-laced motivational speech. Fuck yeah.
That's fucking bad as fuck. That's the D-Day invasion speech?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fuck yeah. We're gonna tell Hitler to bite the curb! I fucking love it. Yeah, that's a fucking great backup. We definitely... Yeah, I don't know. That's fucking cool. Is that the one in front of the flag?
In the movie, it's in front of the flag.
That's fucking great.
But that's just it's like a... The speech was much longer, and frankly, the movie toned it down quite a bit from how vulgar it actually was.
Oh, yeah. We're going to stretch their German pussies from here to the Maginot Line.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love it. All right. It's a great backup. My backup, Dan, is January 17th, 1961, President Dwight D. Eisenhower's military-industrial complex speech.
That is a good speech.
It's the one where he warns, he's leaving the presidency, and he's warning that that the military-industrial complex is out to undermine American freedom and something that we should forever push back against, and we never did once.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's a really great speech. I wish he had been more like less like he was just being very presidential and speaking in like kind of these big vague terms like guys, there's a group, they're together, we should watch out for this thing. But it wasn't like, down to it. This company, this motherfucker, these people working together, they're going to do this exactly and fuck you. We'll be forever in endless wars because it's going to be a money machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, so a very fucking cool speech. Definitely a badass thing for an outgoing president to do, to just be like, hey, I need to. And he was a 5-star general.
Yeah.
Like, he was one of the few, because Washington was also a general. But one of the few.
And Grant.
Huh?
Ulysses S. Grant.
And Grant, yes. So one of the few. But there is a military general that goes over and becomes the civilian president. But anyway, very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a really bad. He had actually been quoted another talking about before that. He's like about how his defense, the Secretary of Defense, and all people, these generals kept coming to him, and he was like, if I didn't know all about this shit, if I was just some dude, I would be fucked. I have to pull the chain on these dudes all the fucking time, and he's like, if I didn't, I would be easily fooled if I didn't know all the shit I know. And he was like, yeah, so
yeah,
and so anyway, fucking very cool speech. That is my backup. I don't know. Any others, Dan?
Nope.
Great. That's gonna bring us to the polls. Yeah. Meow. Look, I saw cats.
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened last week?
Oh, you mean for polls?
Yes.
Sure. So,
yeah, that's what the polls thing was.
All right. So for episode 11, we had Most Metal Birthday Cake, and it was between the Happy 30th Birthday Aaron and the Holy Crap You're Old.
Yeah.
And with 76% of the votes, it was Holy Crap You're Old.
Damn. Well done, Dan.
It was a perfect replica of a toilet.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat that.
That's fucking great.
And for the Most Metal Birthday celebration, we had the Memorial Birthday, where a man was tricked into thinking he was dead and at his own memorial service.
Yes.
And the Manchu Han Imperial Feast with Genghis Khan, correct? With the Huns?
Yes.
Yeah. And with 78% of the votes, the whole episode's going to Dan because it was Memorial Birthday.
Oh, there we go. That makes sense. Well done, Dan.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I will say, the cakes was so much fun, and we will be revisiting in some different kinds of cakes, different events, because holy shit, what a target-rich environment
there were
that
a
was.
lot of fucking cake. I want to do wedding cakes.
I will say, happy
For sure.
30th birthday.
Great.
Come on. Pretty good.
Also, real quick,
In my defense.
I think something I just want to start throwing into the mix for polls. We'll do it real quick. I'm just going to say this is the first time. We'll put up the questionnaires like we did for Most Metal Pizza Topping. And if you have suggestions, throw them in and we'll read them off. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So for Most Metal Pizza Toppings, we also got artichoke hearts, Cincinnati chili, bullets.
Whoa. So he puts chili on pizza?
Apparently.
Whoa, is that a real topping?
I think so.
That's...
You're going to hear a couple in here definitely not real.
Hold on. Is Cincinnati chili a euphemism for diarrhea?
So.
No.
It's like, give us
no,
a-
it is a specific form of chili.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just poop.
No.
Okay, it sounds like it might be. Oh, put some Cincinnati chili on that.
We also got bullets.
Okay.
Well, if that's on a pizza somewhere, that would, you know what I'm saying? Like, you went in Texas,
Right.
just like eat a fucking 45 shell.
They call it eating lead.
Yeah.
Blood sausage.
Okay.
Well,
Foreskin.
That's not.
That's not one.
Come on.
Rest.
That's so twisted ass rabbi. That's twisted as like my moil brings me some very specific topping that I like very much, and I'm just saying I like it.
The last three I'll just rattle off: mayonnaise, pig's blood, and billionaire dick.
Nice.
I do like billionaire dick.
Yeah, on a pizza, pretty good.
Yeah.
Expensive, very rare.
Very difficult to get.
And those are the polls.
Oh, nice.
And responses.
Well
for
done.
the week.
Well, if any of those or all of those are real, that's pretty tight.
Yep.
I gotta say.
Yep.
Chili on a pizza sounds like some madness that Cincinnati would do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
sounds like it could be pretty.
Because
That is definitely Midwest shit.
yeah, don't they put it
yeah.
on? Is it Cincinnati chili where they put it on top of spaghetti?
Ah, man, I
It's
don't
like,
know.
I don't know. There's a place there. Whatever. You put chili on top of spaghetti and eat
I
it,
want to say
which is,
yes.
yeah, but I mean,
Yep. The very first thing that comes up when you Google Cincinnati chili is a Cincinnati chili spaghetti.
there we
recipe.
go. So is it spaghetti and chili on a pizza?
It is actually the quick rundown from Wikipedia: Cincinnati chili is a Mediterranean spiced meat sauce used as a topping for spaghetti or hot dogs.
Okay, so it's mostly cumin based.
Mhm.
Interesting. I'm into it.
Yeah, super into it.
Dan's like, move on.
Ooh, Cincinnati chili. Wow.
Just saying that's pretty badass.
It is pretty badass.
Just like a whole like, that's a lot of white on some pizza, by the way. Like, that's chili. Anyway. All right, guys. That's going to bring us to the Ride the Lightning round. Yeah. All right, everybody. This is the part of the show where producer Randy
Yep.
goes on Wikipedia and he hits the old random button 2 times.
Yep.
Not once, but twice.
That's
Twice. Already done. in
Twice
fact.
is most nice. He hits twice the random button, picks up 2 topics.
Yep.
And then Dan and I will, having full knowledge of everything in the entire universe,
Of course.
will know what you're talking about, certainly. And then also tell you what's metal about them random ass thingies.
Yep.
Sure.
So, Randall, what are our things?
First one: Alston Wise.
Okay.
Alston Wise.
Alston Wise.
Alston Wise.
Alston
Got it.
Wise. Second one: Mary and Annie Bell.
Okay.
Mary and Annie Bell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that clearly was the extreme. They were famous in the Depression era as a twins that would fuck.
Ah.
They would just go out on
Mary
stage.
and Annie Bell?
Mary and Annie Bell. They would they coined the term 69ing.
Ah.
Of course.
And yeah, they would just people would come all around and throw nickels because it was the Depression, so that was like basically their fucking month wages.
Oh, yeah. Just slinging nickels at
Just
these
slinging
Scissorin'
nickels.
sisters.
Yep, the scissorin twins.
Nice.
The scissor twins.
Yeah.
More affectionately known as the.
Yeah.
More
Scissor
affectionately known
Twins.
as, or you know, the
Just clanging them bells, they called it.
yeah, clinging the bells. Yep,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
goblin clams.
There we
That's what
go.
they did.
Yeah, slippery sisters.
The Bell Sister Clam Gobblers.
The Bell Sister Clam Gobblers. Yes, that was
It fit
that
on
was
a
the
shirt.
other. That was
Sure.
that was an underused title for their show.
Show her the old duck and cover. Would be something they'd say.
Under the petticoat.
Yeah, 23 skidoo that. Twat. Normal stuff you say. Why, I never, but I will again. Stuff like that. I love it. Hats off to those 2 dames. Diddly-doo-doo-doo-doo. Them just a Tommy gun fucking firing for no reason. That's fucking great. That's really cool.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Alston Wise?
Alston Wise, however, Alston Wise was actually in the 1930s
Okay.
in Tanner, Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
Alston Wise was actually the dumbest motherfucker in Tanner, Oklahoma. He was
We
so
put him in the running worldwide.
his name was Alston Smarts, but then they changed it later because it was a joke.
Yeah.
Even though it was a fine joke before that he was stupid, but yeah, he was the dumb. They made him mayor, quote unquote, like they gave him a hat and a sash, but it was just toilet paper. And they're like, "You're the mayor." And he's like, "I'm the mayor." And then he went around like, "There he goes." And he's like, "Oh," and you're like, "I'm the mayor of this here manure pile." And you're like, "That's right, Austin. You're the." He don't tell him the difference. He thinks he's the mayor of the manure pile. I'm manure mayor. That's right. Yeah, that's right, Austin. You're doing great. And then he
thought the mayor's main job was just rolling in it.
There was a scandal in his while he was during his mayoral cycle as manure mayor, where he was caught fucking a horse.
Of course.
And so he was
Of course.
of course. And then but he was run out of town, and no one knows what happened. Some say you can still hear the sound of him fucking a horse.
If you listen real close in Tanner, Oklahoma,
and a windy summer night, hear the squishy neighing sounds of a
horse fucking
giant simpleton banging a horse. Randy, what were we talking about?
Surprisingly enough, you got the 30s part right.
Yeah.
Joseph Alston, quote, Stony Wise,
oh boy,
was a Canadian ice hockey player who competed in the 1932 Winter Olympics.
Nice.
And then
how long was he manure mayor?
10 of those years.
Oh, good.
Mary and Annie Bell were pioneering Christian missionaries and members of the China Inland Mission.
So I was right.
Oh, they went to China. Great. They went to China and bothered a bunch of people.
Yep.
Ugh. Hey, have you heard about Jesus? Get away from me, Guaylo. Fuck off, Guaylo. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Ugh. Blah. I mean, I love what I said, not what they did. That's fucking great. Awesome. Well, that's been the episode, everybody.
That's it. We did it.
Yep.
We knocked it out. A bit somber in parts, but had to take it with the seriousness it deserved. And we just wanted to fucking honor a hero.
Yeah.
Frankly,
Yeah. Absolutely.
For MLK Day. Also, so this week, Dan, where can people catch you?
Ooh.
This is dropping.
I'll tell you right now, all this weekend at Helium Comedy Club, the 23rd through the 25th, I will be featuring for Chris Porter.
Nice.
At Helium Comedy Club.
Very fucking cool.
Real fucking fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Gonna be a good time. I might be getting a tattoo tomorrow. I have to look into that.
Nice.
I don't know that I can afford it. But anyway, and I don't know what I'm getting. So we'll find out what's happening with that.
Yeah.
Kind of like my car purchase on Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm like, who knows? So wish me luck with that. Dan.
You can, the only place that next week that I'm performing is Secret Aardvark at Kickstand on Thursday night.
Very nice. The 23rd?
Whatever
This coming Thursday.
The
Yeah,
Thursday, 23rd.
Awesome.
Dope.
Well, fucking make sure you catch Dan and I. And when is Mosh Pit coming up? Is that
February?
February. So we're going to be doing a special live, quick fire episode of What's More Metal live. Probably one topic real fast.
One topic real fast, and probably a couple audience suggestions.
Yeah. So it'll be real fun. So anyway, we'll probably put that up on the Patreon, maybe see how it comes out. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Happy MLK Day. Enjoy your fucking day off.
Yeah.
Everybody. And kick a bunch of fucking ass. Kick an FBI agent in the fucking pee hole for me.
Yeah.
And just they know what they did. And so, everybody, anyway, that's us, and that's it, and thank you so much, and hail Satan!
Hail Satan!